Hello, Flimsy Lunch Tray here with another video for you, and this time in the Acasta, the British Tier 5 destroyer. In this match I am divisioned up with Doombeagle, as he is in the Tier 5 Okhotnik, if I pronounced that ship correctly, as I did look beforehand. I'm trying for you guys. So it seems for Doom and I a lot, and even with Curly-san, who also does divisions with us at times, we always get put on this bottom left flank here in this match and map, which is fine by us because we we like starting off this way, especially when we are in a destroyer division, and moving up here against into this cap. Now this cap has a cool spot that you can use, or here at this cap with the island up here, and just looking over what ships we'll be going up against, so have a good idea of what destroyers we may be facing. But up ahead in front of me, at this island here, there's a little cove where you can just slip right into. It's on the left side, and you can go into the cap and you can remain undetected. Now the issue is you have to be mindful if you come out of that hiding spot, you could potentially eat torps if you're not careful. So when it's both Doom and I usually fully move up into the cap with him. Now a few things about the Acasta real quick is what I like about the British destroyer line is that you can shoot the torpedoes in a single spread, which means one torpedo per shot. So it helps you to effectively place torpedoes rather than them being fanned out, which you'll see how that comes into use later on as we take on this Nicholas here, who's entered into the cap and has an Omaha backing him up, and then a Bayern a little further off in the distance. So Doom's going to smoke up, slow down, and try to take advantage of getting some further shots off, maybe on Nicholas. But so you can see here we're backing up, and I'm just going to dump some torps just in case he decides to turn back in, and then we're going to keep moving out of the way because I was expecting torpedoes, and they are, but we're going to be safe. But in addition to having those single fire torpedoes, you also have the smoke screens, which you get more of them than what example you would with the US destroyer line. But their cooldown is quicker, but the time span of the smoke screen being active is much less. So it's more meant to use to disengage. You can stop in your smoke screen, pop a few salvos off. But usually by then it's time for you to go ahead and relocate. So moving up here, we've successfully taken Alpha Cap, as I'm using what is left over from Doom's smoke on this Baron pushing forward, as Doom's going to push forward and yellow rush him. Now this match is going to be rather interesting because it's pretty much going to go through the full turn with time limit for several reasons. And one is, if you were looking at the minimap at all at the start of this match, you can see that we had several teammates just yellow rush into the Charlie cap and died rather quickly. And Doom gets his devastating strike. But because we've lost forces and now outmatched on the Charlie flank, that is going to affect us later on in this match. So I've asked Doom to go ahead and get back. I can pop a smoke screen for him if I need to, but it looks like the Nicholas or the Omaha aren't close enough to have eyes on him from that run, so that's good. And so now I'm going to take the lead and just have him be behind me. So if I spot the Nicholas, I can take advantage with my health pool versus Doom using his health pool. So that's the good thing when you're playing to the strengths and weaknesses of the different ships, but particularly with when you're in a destroyer division like this, is working off each other and coordinating what you're going to be doing, whether you work together as a team or solo or separately from one another, as we'll be working both close together, but then also apart. So I go ahead and pop off a few shots here, hoping to get this Nicholas with a few before going into cover behind the island, which we do get a few shots on him for free without taking any damage in trade. And this is nice because we really like when we use destroyers in this match, this map, to be able to keep pushing up and flank around here. And so the Scharnhorst B takes out the Nicholas, so now it's just this Omaha. And then we do know that the Mitsuki is somewhere hanging around, but not sure where. Because right now I'm just trying to close the distance because I wouldn't be able to... If I stopped and smoked up now with the Omaha sailing away like he is, I'm only going to have him within range of my main guns for maybe 20 seconds, and then he's out of it, so it's kind of a waste of smoke screen. So I'd rather try to close the distance. And I'd also like to know where that Mitsuki is before smoking up too. And so we lose our Atlanta B. So that flank is still suffering. And that's when the Mitsuki pops up. Now with I should say with the captain build I have the bad cap on this ship. I think he's at 11 skill points. So I have concealment expert. And with the destroyers, I always try to build for survivability first. So we have the commander skill that gives you so much more HP per tier, which I'm spacing what that is right now off the top of my head. But just so you know, I'm working with a 10-point commander in this match. Now, we've smoked up, we've disengaged, and I'm expecting torpedoes to come towards the front half of the smoke screen, so I'm going to start reversing, but he dropped torpedoes sooner than I expected him to. And see if we can avoid those two. Yeah. So we're gonna eat that one, which isn't great. Now I probably got a little greedy because I'm wanting to finish off this Omaha because he's just cramping our style every time we get spotted. He just opens up on us. But the more smart thing would have done is just go ahead and just turn out and sail away from the smoke screen to ensure that I would have had more advanced notice with the torpedoes. And I wouldn't have eaten those. So that's kind of a critique I'd have for myself there, that I should have just went ahead and disengaged, because the Mitsuki fired torpedoes off like is one of the first things he did. So no, I did pop a few shots off there, so I'm detected, but now I just exit out my main gun range, so that also means that the Omaha can no longer see me. Otherwise, if I was still in main concealment range with my main gun battery range, I still would have been detected. I'm hoping this Nuremberg here will focus on this Omaha because he needs to go. He's really holding us up, and he's been alive, in my opinion, for too long. So hoping to finish him off, and then we see the Mitsuki has been detected. So in this sort of wolf pack, I'm taking this southern flank, if you want to call it southern flank. And Doom is going a little bit further to the north. Is working around because the Omaha was continuing to sail kind of a northeast fashion, so we wanted to cut him off. So the Nuremberg has now taken out the Omaha, which is great. So I'm going to keep pushing in. Because right now we're not useful to the team because we're further back and behind. That's when we lose our Scharnhorst because he was beginning to get in a crossfire there with our team folding to the south. And you can see that they're chasing down our carrier. We have the Stratsu, and then the Hood, which just got taken out by the Colorado. What? Carrier. So the new video editing setup I have, when I record voice, I don't actually replay the WoW's folder file view, so I can't fully make out ships' names unless I pause while I'm recording. So I try to write the ship names down just to make sure that I remember what happened. But they're chasing the Colorado, and so the Colorado just took out the Hood, and then the Stratsu is still dealing with him. The good thing, at least, I guess, with the Colorado going south like that, he's pulled away he pulled away the hood, pulled away the Shiratsu, so it's going to take them, well, at least the Shiratsu, a little bit before he can re-engage. So now I'm taking on this New York and opening up shots on him. And I was waiting to fire off my torpedoes there because my torpedoes match my concealment range, which is 6 kilometers. And it works better to drop those torpedoes as close as he possibly can. Now I sell out the smoke because I wanted to reacquire him to see if I could dump off another set, but it looks like that it's not going to be worth anything. So I did drop off that set because I was conscious of the Mitsuki, because I knew he was still sailing around somewhere, so I wasn't sure where he was at, so I was hoping maybe he might sail into that, but it doesn't look like he will. Now, our Nuremberg could have just stayed around the corner because he's still pushing in on that New York, and naturally the New York kills him because just a few seconds later the New York was going to die, so so it would have been better if the Nuremberg would have just waited. So now I'm getting cozy with this island because I'm not sure where the Mitsuki is, because now it's just us and our last ally battleship, and we are just trying to get a feel for where things are at, because I'm expecting the Mitsuki to push back into the cap, and I'm not sure when this Shiratsu will be close enough to engage again. So I'm kind of waiting here for a minute. I'm letting Doom get a little bit closer, because right now we have the cap advantage as well as having the points advantage, even though they have the ship advantage. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and sail out. Still got 4 smoke screens, and I'm going to be cheeky here, and let's see if we can get some single file torpedoes off on this Nagato. So I'm expecting him to come more directly in towards the cap, so I'm kind of dropping him off like that because I'm assuming he's probably going to want to stay angled in towards our last ally in the battleship. So I'm going to dump those torpedoes, and then I'm not going to fire. Oh, I don't want him to know that there's probably torpedoes on the way. Oh, this is looking good. Let's see how many hits. 1, 2. Looks like that third one was a little too far ahead. Maybe two. One more. Yeah, so he's going to eat 3 torpedoes there, which is great. And then that's when he enters the cap, and wanting to reset him. Let's see if we can get maybe a fire going. So get some defended ribbons, because now it's just focus on cap control. And Doom has also, we've discussed in chat, but he's also decided to be cheeky, and he's going to go cap C. So basically what our strategy is going to be is just to retain cap control. As long as we regain the points control and cap control for the best part, that's going to work out well for us. Now the Shiratsu finally is in play. He's also in the cap and spotted me. I don't necessarily want to fire my guns right here. I'd rather just get go undetected. With my health pool, can't really afford to trade. So we avoid those. Kind of slow down there just in case to juke the shot. Now I've taken Bravo cap. We still have A. And just as soon as they've taken Bravo cap, Doom is entering Charlie cap, and we're going to just keep focusing on that points advantage. So they're not really going to gain on us at all. So I'd go ahead and drop off some preemptive torps there in case that Shiratsu decides to push me and come up through that channel. I'll have those torps in the water. Now, he's, Bertenga, he's taking a lot of damage, and he gets a detonation on the Mitsuki, which is great. It's one less destroyer to have to worry about. I'm asking him to get back because, well, one, he just needs to disengage. He's at a disadvantage. But I want to push in, and I want to see if I can't cover him with smoke. Yeah, no, with that last salvo, he's probably going to die. Yep. And so now I'm going to sail it within the detection range, and we don't want that. I don't want to get shot because I could just get killed right here. So I think both of them are still reloading. So let's see if we can't get some shots there. And now I know that Shiratsu can probably be pushing back in on me again, and there's no point of me staying here, so I'm just going to run. I'm not sure where the Nagato went. I'm assuming he's going down around south, maybe to go for the Alpha Cap. I don't expect, let's see if I can pronounce this one right, the Piotr Veliki. It's really close to that. I looked up beforehand. I'm not expecting him to push through the smoke chasing me, as it'd make more sense for him to turn and go for Alpha, which is indeed, that's what he's done. But I go ahead and dump some torps there, again, just in case the Shiratsu might be pushing up through that way. So now, Doom and I are talking. We're not sure where the Shiratsu is at, as he could be going back for C-Cap, because Doom doesn't have the most health, so he's kind of being conscious. He's going up around the top of the island versus sailing in between those that narrow channel. Because with what health the Shiratsu had left, it would be, there's a imbalance between their two health pools if they go up against each other. So now what I've decided to do is I'm going to relocate on the north side of Alpha Cap. I'm not going to try to sail into Alpha Cap or anything like that. But what I want to do is I want to defend A Cap from being taken as long as possible. So basically what that means is I'm watching my detection ring on the mini-map to see, okay, if he sails out, am I going to get detected right now? So I decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move to the opposite side of this island, and then I will spot him where he's at. As you can see, he's just entered the cap. And then once I've located him, I'll keep my guns trained on that location, and I'll smoke up, and then I'll blind fire, because I can't risk him detecting me and potentially putting me out of commission. So I want to give as much points advantage as that we can have, and helping to win this match, as we just have under 3 minutes left. So I've detected him. He's gonna know I'm here with that's dumped smoke. We'll go and dump some torps. Unfortunately, we miss, and so we wait to go undetected by the smoke. Fire for another shot. Yeah, and we pretty much most fully reset him, so that tells me that I think it's just him in the cap. And the Shiratsu still hasn't been detected, so and then I begin to think, well, maybe the Shiratsu is chasing me. So then Doom has decided that he's gonna go in and he's gonna cap a Bravo. So those are gonna miss. I'm gonna see if I can't get another reset here. Yep, so we reset him again. And now I'm just gonna start sailing towards the corner edge of the map here, because there's no sense for me to stick around. This is a situation where you want to run as a player, because again, we still don't know where the Shiratsu is at, and one of us needs to live for sure, so we don't want to take that risk. Okay, now here's the Shiratsu, so he's over here, so that means Doom should be completely safe because he's still not detected in Nagato. And I immediately smoke up. Again, it's the advantage of those British smoke screens. They cool down really quickly, but they only last for so long. And so that's going to be my last smoke. So I'm going to sail away at an angle. And then now it's just going to be, if I get detected again, it's just going to be down to me just juking. So the Shiratsu is still pushing, and he goes just about as fast as I do. I'm not sure what exactly our speed difference is. But I could be firing here, but I want to go undetected, so juke those shots. But every time I touch the rudder, it's going to slow me down, and that's my challenge right now. But at the same time, I don't want to be slowed down by the map border wall. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and dump some torps here and see if we can't get lucky and maybe hit him with one. As we have 30 seconds left, I get set on fire, steering gear gets damaged, and so instant repair that. We're really close to winning. Yeah, and at this point I could probably just be firing, but I'm more focused on avoiding the shots. Ooh, is he gonna eat that one? Ooh, okay, we're gonna finish him off. Bye-bye. Yeah, and our engine gets knocked out, but we are undetected now, and that's gonna be game. So let's go to post-battle results. So we're going to end with almost 300,000 credits, 7,300 plus experience, and almost 1,200 free XP with a devastating strike, with almost 50,000 damage, 4 torpedo hits, destroyed, 2 set on fire, 5 defended, and assisted in capture. Then we're going Doom and I placing top of the team with him having 1531 and me 1456. And most of our damage being to the Shiratsu and taking him out, and also a fair amount on the Nagato. And ending with a profit with premium account having just over 280,000 credits and picking up another commander point. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's battle and showing off the Acasta. There's just different ships, ship lines I'm grinding right now. And I'm enjoying the British shoreline thus far. Really helps when you have the concealment expert at such a low tier, I would say. So, and also illustrating the importance of running away when it's not good for you to stick around, and the importance of cap control and defending, and then just running away when you know you're going to win. So if you enjoyed today's battle, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more, and if you have already subscribed, thanks so much, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.